So, how'd it turn out with that unborn fetus of yours? Is it taken care of? Seeing you fly in the air after getting kicked in the stomach was really a work of art. Haha! Knowing the quality of genes that it got from its parents, I'm guessing it died instantly.
Excuse me? Who are you?
It's me, the creator of the beautiful performance art at the company get-together today. I can't get a hold of your husband at all. I went out of my way to find your contact info. Congratulations! You now have a direct line to the CEO of your husband's company.
You're the animal who kicked me in the stomach?
Hey, I'm not an animal. Do I need to remind you who you're speaking to? I'm the CEO of the company that your husband works at. And also, don't you know that unborn fetuses have no rights? So whatever is done to it, it's no problem.
I can't believe you have absolutely no remorse for what you've done. I can't believe that you contacted me to gloat rather than to apologize. This is really incredible.
Haha. So I guess since you're fiddling with your phone, it means you've already taken care of the fetus.
Can you stop referring to it as my fetus? It's my child. Please refer to her as my child. We had an ultrasound at the hospital to check on her. She's going to be fine.
What? It's still alive? Dang, I guess it turns out what they say about cockroaches is true. It wasn't just a myth. Oh, and sure, I'll stop calling it a fetus.
You're disgusting. Do not refer to my child as a cockroach. Do you have any idea how angry we are? You have shown absolutely no remorse. I have never witnessed such a disgusting, evil person.
Disgusting? Evil? Oh, you're angry? And I should care because why? What exactly is going to happen if you're angry? A whole lot of nothing, right? In fact, let's have a petition to see who cares. Okay. Kidding aside, I'm a generous person. And just so you'll stop being a pain in the neck, I'll pay you $100 as compensation for any damage that may have been inflicted on your child. And for kicking you personally, I'll throw in $10. So a total of $110. I'm too generous. That's what you wanted, right? Money?
You're saying that the danger you inflicted on my child's life is only worth $100? Are you being serious? How can you put a monetary value on the life of a child?
We're talking about your child, right? Normies beget normies. What's the value of NPC life? $110 is more than enough.
I can't believe how you're treating the family of one of your own employees. We're not NPCs. We are living, breathing, thinking people.
It's precisely because he's my employee. My employees are my slaves. Corporate livestock. The offspring of company livestock is basically on the same level as the offspring of a dog or cat.
I can't believe what you're saying. You're planning on getting married and starting a family, right? The announcement of your engagement was so beautiful. And I presume you may intend on becoming a father. So how is it possible that you could say such awful, hideous things?
Yeah, we're going to get married and start a family. So what? My fiancée is the daughter of the founder of the Superconducting Matrix Corporation. It's one of the fastest-growing tech companies in America right now. If we do have kids, the quality of our genes is on another level from that of normies like you. Don't even try to compare a child of the pleb underclass with the child of a CEO thoroughbred.
All lives are equal. No one gets to decide whose life is worth more than someone else's. And that goes for an unborn child, too.
What an angel you are! And a naive one, too. Nothing is fair or equal when it comes to human life. There are the peons at the bottom and the elites at the top. Didn't you know?
That doesn't mean that it's okay for the people at the top to do anything they want to the people at the bottom.
Actually, that's exactly what it means.
It's important that people who are at the top help to pull up the people who are below. That's the only way we are going to have a fair and equal society.
Spoken like a true peon. Of course you'd be one of those people talking nonsense about equality. In the real world, the world we live in, there's no such thing as equality. The nature of things is that there are people at the top and others groveling at the bottom like insects. People like me help keep things in balance. It's the natural order of things. Hierarchy. There's no use in fighting against nature. Do not even think of preaching to me as if you are better than me.
I will absolutely never forgive this. Life is not a game of chess with pawns and kings. There are things like morality, family, love, happiness. Can't you understand that?
All I did was a little performance art at the company get-together. That was my happiness. I can just feel the self-fulfillment bubbling inside of me as I climb Maslow's pyramid. Haha! Your stubborn cockroach of a child is still alive and I can't imagine what you possibly have to complain about.
Kicking a pregnant woman in the stomach is an act of pure evil. Do you have a soul? How could you do something so heartless? We are definitely going to sue you.
I keep telling you, the lives of normies aren't worth anything. Even if you were to give birth to the child, it would be worthless. There is nothing to sue for.
What on earth are you saying?
To put it differently, there's no benefit to society in bringing more normies like you into this world. I said I would pay $100 for any potential damage I did to your child, so be content.
How dare you! I've never seen someone say such outrageous things in all my life!
Don't make such a big deal out of just a little kick to the stomach. Oh, and don't sue, or I'll have your husband fired.
You'll have my husband fired? Are you sure about that? Do you not know who my father is?
Why would I even care about the father of a societal recluse like you?
He is a major shareholder of your company.
Haha! There you go again, making up more nonsense. Nice try. Next time, go for something more convincing, though.
Whether you decide to believe it or not is your problem. But I am telling the truth.
Your last name is Davis. We don't have anyone with that last name among my company's major shareholders.
My last name changed when I got married. My maiden name is Flemington. My father's name is Edward Flemington.
Ed Flemington? That's the name of our majority shareholder. How did you find out his name?
I'm telling you, he's my father. I also found out recently that he's the majority shareholder of your company. He was surprised when he found out that my husband is working at the same company. I was keeping it from him because I was worried it might cause my husband trouble if my father knew. And my husband is firmly against receiving any kind of nepotistic special treatment.
No way. There's no way you're the daughter of Ed Flemington.
It's hard to believe, isn't it? Hard to believe that you would dare to hurt the daughter of your company's majority shareholder.
About that.
Also, there's no use in threatening that we shouldn't go to the police. My husband is already at the police station filing a report.
What? That's so quick!
That's why he was too busy to respond to your messages. He's probably still filling out the paperwork at the police station.
So, about that. When I said that it was a side performance at the gathering... Oh, this is embarrassing. I wasn't really serious. It's just my sense of humor. Please don't take this all too seriously.
Oh, so you're suddenly acting different from how you were before, now that you know who my father is? It seems like you've undergone quite the change. And I don't recall you referring to it as a side performance. I believe your exact words were performance art. You thought it was art. You were reveling in the memory of what you had done.
I'm telling you, it's my sense of humor. You have heard of dark humor, haven't you?
Don't even begin to try to explain all of this away as your sense of humor. You have no idea how angry I am right now. Absolutely no one is laughing at your dark humor. You're just a lowlife.
Oh, I beg to differ. You just don't get my style of humor. Anyway, we need to recognize the fact that you've been arguing this whole time in bad faith. You should have told me sooner that you're Ed Flemington's daughter. I'm sure I would have treated you and your child more appropriately at the company get-together.
Oh, really? You would have been more appropriate to the child in my belly, who has the genes of a pleb?
Oh, surely you don't think the stuff I said about that applies to you, right? I mean, you're the daughter of Ed Flemington, my majority shareholder. You're no pleb. However, I'm truly sorry that I made you think that. I'm deeply sorry and sincerely apologize. I mean it. I'm sorry for kicking you.
Never in my life have I heard words that I believed so little. I don't think you have any ounce of remorse, and my father is seething with rage.
Your father? He knows about all this?
Of course he does. He's saying he's going to hold a shareholder meeting to demand your resignation.
What? That's really not called for.
A worthless piece of scum like you doesn't deserve to be a CEO. Those were his words. He called you a worthless piece of scum.
A worthless piece of scum? That's going too far, isn't it?
No, it's not. My goodness, you're worse than just subhuman. You said I'm on the level of a dog or cat. Well, then you're a cockroach or a rat. A pest that needs removal. You kicked a pregnant woman, for crying out loud.
I can't believe you're saying that to me. If you're going to be like that, then I'm going to teach you a lesson.
How are you going to do that? You've already assaulted me once.
Get ready for it. Because I won't put up with being forced to resign without a fight. If you try to force me to resign, I'm going to destroy the company.
Again, how are you going to do that?
Haha, did you forget? My fiancée is the daughter of the founder of a major conglomerate. We'll crush you with everything we've got. If you don't want that to happen, then you better knock it off.
You're trying to threaten me with that? Even though you're definitely not going to be able to get married with her?
Huh? What do you mean I'm not going to be able to get married with her? Of course I'm going to marry her.
Your fiancée is the daughter of the founder of the Superconducting Matrix Corporation, right?
Yep, you got that right. I bet you're freaking out right now.
Actually, I think you're the one who should be freaking out.
What? What do you mean?
When the wife of the founder of the Superconducting Matrix Corporation was pregnant, she was kicked in the stomach by someone on the street. She lost her first child in a miscarriage. That child would have ended up being your brother-in-law if you also got married as you had planned.
What? She never mentioned that story to me.
It's difficult to share something like that with others. It was so awful. It was even in the newspapers at the time. My mother just happened to read about it in the paper and told me about it.
No way. What are the chances of that?
Do you honestly think that after kicking a pregnant woman in the stomach, that you could possibly marry into their family and become one of the heirs to their wealth?
There's no way that's happening.
Oh, so you finally understand the situation. Amazing. There is a sliver of hope for you after all.
You misunderstand me. There's no way that I'm going to get in trouble with their family. Let's see. You wouldn't happen to have any evidence of all these things that you're alleging that I did today, would you?
Evidence?
You've been going to the police, right? Even though you have no evidence? Maybe you should have thought that one out first. See, I've got nothing to worry about. You don't even have evidence to begin with. According to me, you and your husband are just liars trying to extract money from the CEO of the company where he works.
Actually, it turns out that we do have evidence of what you did. Not just evidence. Proof.
What? No way. What could you possibly have?
The vice president of the company took a video at the company get-together. She sent it to me, saying to use it as evidence to give to the police. It's a video of you kicking me in the stomach and then tossing a $10 bill over me while I was on the ground and saying, "That should do it."
What? How could she do that? Is she always taking video of everything that everyone does? What kind of creep is she? This is obviously a plot to get me ousted from my position as CEO. You guys are just plotting to get me to lose my job, aren't you?
No. There's no way for you to get out of this, so don't even try. She was just recording footage of the actions of a barbaric demon. Or rather, she decided to take an action in the name of justice rather than to simply serve as your pawn. How could it be a plot anyway? We would have had to accurately predict that you were going to do something awful at the get-together today.
So you gave that video to the police?
Of course we did. We received a document for registering damages, and the next step is for you to be arrested. They haven't arrived yet? I think they should be there any minute.
Wait, hold on a second. I can't get arrested right now. Getting arrested will be a big problem for me right now. There's got to be some way for this to not be found out by my fiancé. After all the harm you're causing me, won't you at least help me out with that?
How can you even ask that? After all you said to me?
I'll even resign from my CEO position for you. That will also satisfy your father, right? If the Superconducting Matrix company is taken from me, I'll be nothing.
I hope you disappear. You're a total scumbag.
Don't say things like that to me. I've been properly thinking about what I did. I realize now that what I did was wrong. I'll raise the payout for you to $1,000. How is that? Then it will be okay, right?
Look at yourself. You're absolutely pathetic.
Even though you're the daughter of someone with a lot of investments, you're just a housewife, right? It must be tough for the two of you to get by on just your husband's salary. I'm actually the kind of person who is attentive to what's going on with the people under me. That's why I said I would give you $1,000. Just don't tell the people at the Superconducting Matrix Corporation about what happened at the company get-together.
I think that word has been going around quite a bit already. And how on earth could you think of yourself as being attentive? You're the scumbag CEO who refers to his employees as corporate livestock. You were saying that the children of employees are on the same level as the offspring of dogs and cats. But that didn't even make sense either. I would never treat a puppy or kitten the way you treated me. You don't kick puppies and kittens, do you? You know what? Don't even answer that. I probably already know the answer. I hope even the likes of you would have some kind of limit.
Huh. I'm getting sick of listening to your blabber about this, that, and the other. By the time you're finished, we'll be too old to have children anyway. Anyway, I properly apologized already. It's all water under the bridge. Let's start over from the beginning.
You have to be joking. And to insult me now at the same time that you're asking us to forget about what you did? Just talking with an idiot like you is such a waste of time. Enjoy getting arrested and having your engagement fall to pieces.
No, I'm telling you. I can't be arrested. So please, help me. That's what I've been saying, right?
Even if I wanted to, which I don't, it's already too late. The video has already been sent to your fiancé's father.
What? How do you have his contact info?
Oh, you didn't know? No, of course not. You know nothing. My father is also a major investor in the Superconducting Matrix Corporation. So of course we have the contact info for the founder.
So that means that, whether I'm arrested or not, there's no way I'm going to get my hands on that company.
That's right. Now you're getting it. No matter what you try to do, no one can trust you anymore after what you've done. No one thinks you could possibly change for the better anytime soon.
You guys are coming after me way too hard. To think that all of this is because of some fetus that hasn't even been born yet.
I told you not to refer to my daughter as a fetus, and you agreed not to. I hope that jail time will make you begin to understand a bit about the importance of a budding new life.
I'm not going to jail. What I did wasn't even that bad. Everyone's still alive, right?
Well, this is something that you should have understood from the beginning. You're still going to rot in jail.
Crap. For me to become another one of the plebs. This is something I never anticipated. This can't happen.
Maybe you weren't worth as much as you thought to begin with. Turns out there isn't any benefit to society in worthless scum like you being born. After that, the video that was sent to us by the Vice President was used as the primary evidence in getting a warrant for the arrest of the scumbag CEO. It appears he was taken into custody without incident. The CEO of the Superconducting Matrix Corporation and his wife were glad that the truth about him was exposed for all to see. They also said that they want to do a new business deal through my husband. They quickly replaced Dave with a new CEO and immediately went into damage control. After fixing the damage from how the previous CEO used to whimsically boss everyone around, she established a new management system that seems great so far. My husband was promoted to department head thanks to the success of the new business deal with the Superconducting Matrix Company. They were laughing and saying that at this rate, my husband will easily become a top-level executive there soon enough. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to see more.
Hey, Lena. I need you to do something for me. It's really important.
What's wrong, Jordan? Is everything okay?
I need you to postpone your wedding. You have to do this for me no matter what, okay? I'm asking you as your oldest childhood friend, so you'll cooperate with me, right?
What? Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. Hurry up and contact the wedding facility right now. Tell them you can't go through with it or something. Just make something up.
Jordan, what on earth is going on? Why do you want me to postpone my wedding? It's happening next week, you know. I've been preparing for months already.
I don't care. I'm telling you, you need to cancel it no matter what.
Can you at least explain why?
My wedding got canceled, right? So it's unfair to me if you're the only one who gets married this time. We've always done everything together ever since we were kids. So you can't go ahead and get married if I'm not getting married. Don't you agree? That's why I'm telling you to postpone the ceremony. Do it for me.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Since when did your wedding get canceled? What happened?
Yeah, I only just found out. Rob just suddenly told me he couldn't marry me after all. Can you believe that? We're splitting up now. The whole thing is a disaster.
What? That's so sudden. What on earth happened? Just the other day, you were insistent that you were going to have a spectacular wedding ceremony, right?
I couldn't have the ceremony the way I wanted because all my friends refused. And then my fiance said that we wouldn't be able to get married in this situation. So I ended up getting dumped not just by my fiance, but by my friends as well.
Huh? What do you mean all your friends refused? Refused what?
I was gonna get help from my friends like you and get the whole ceremony done cheaply. I asked all my friends to do the wedding services for me. The hair and makeup, the patisserie, the cameraman, the nail artist, the florist, and so on. But you know what? They all said they couldn't do it for free and turned me down. Can you believe that? I complained to Rob about it, and he got mad at me for being so unreasonable or something like that. Then we had a big fight about it and broke up. So the whole thing has been canceled.
I see. Wow. So that's what happened. Sounds rough.
Why do I have to go through something so horrible? How come you're able to get your friends to do everything for you at the wedding ceremony, but when I try to do the same thing, it turns into a catastrophe? It's not fair.
Well, in Dan and I's case, we're relying on our friends too, but we're not looking for a low-cost solution. Personally, I'd rather ask someone I know and trust than a contractor I don't know. If anything, I'm paying my friends more for their services because I know I can trust them.
Huh? Are you serious?
Thanks to that, everyone has been very cooperative and all the preparations are going well. We're going to have the wedding next month as planned, and we're not going to cancel it.
No, you can't do this. You have to postpone it. You can't get married with your best friend in this horrible situation. Think about my feelings.
Think about my feelings. Dan and I have been planning this for over a year. Why should I have to cancel my own wedding on your account just because we're friends? I'm sorry to hear that it didn't work out with you and Rob, but that has nothing to do with my relationship.
Shut up! Don't talk back! You just have to listen to me like you always do. I'm not asking you to do this for me, Lena. I'm telling you. I'm your oldest friend, okay? You have no right to refuse me.
I met your childhood friend today. She's a really nice person. I can tell she cares a lot about you. Talking to her was really fun.
Wait, what? You heard from Jordan?
Yeah, she actually contacted me out of the blue yesterday. She told me I won't let Lena get married without my approval, or something like that. That's why I took time out of my schedule and went to see her after work to get her blessing to marry you.
You mean you actually met her in person? You've got to be kidding me, right? So it was just the two of you alone?
Because she stubbornly refused to accept the marriage and told me to break up with you. So I decided I should at least meet her in person and talk with her.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I wanted her to approve of me as your soon-to-be husband. I mean, from her perspective, she has no idea what kind of person I am, right? So I can understand why she might be uneasy about you marrying some guy she's never met. I think she just cares a lot about you, that's all.
Okay then. And what did she say when you guys met?
She approves of us. It was kind of like taking a job interview, actually. She asked me so many questions about myself, but it was kind of fun.
Oh, jeez. What kind of questions?
Like, how old are you? What did you study in school? Where did you grow up? What do you do for work? And so on and so forth. Oh, and she also asked me about whether I was ready to get married and stuff like that. She asked me stuff like, what would you do if this happens? What would you do if that happened? It was pretty tiring.
Man, it really does sound like a job interview. I'm sorry about her. She can be so overbearing.
Yeah, but I answered all of her questions as honestly and as upfront as possible. And then finally, at the end, she gave me her blessing as your future husband. She said she thought I was a wonderful man and that she was jealous of you. She even joked that I should marry her instead. So I guess I must have passed her evaluation with flying colors.
That last bit sounds like a red flag if you ask me. Dan, listen, can you delete her contact information right now? And also make sure you and Jordan don't see each other alone from now on.
What? Why? We were just getting to know each other.
Trust me, she's not doing any of this out of compassion for me. She just wants to put a stop to our wedding, that's all.
Huh? Why would she want something like that?
Well, actually, Jordan was also supposed to be getting married in a few months. But she ran into a lot of problems along the way, and in the end, the whole thing got canceled. Then she told me to think about her feelings and cancel my own wedding in solidarity.
Are you serious? That is nuts.
Yeah, I know. Of course, I refused to do as she said. But I think she contacted you because she wasn't satisfied with that outcome. You're just misunderstanding that she's doing it out of some sense of compassion for me. Trust me, I've known her ever since we were kids. She only ever thinks about herself.
I see. You really think so? But she approved of our wedding in the end, you know? And anyway, I'm not sure if there's anyone in this world that selfish.
There is, and it's her. Dan, I know what she's like. You have to believe me. You've been blessed with good friends throughout your life, so you probably don't know. There are a certain number of people in this world pretending to make friends, but they're really just trying to drag other people down to their level. And besides, she has a precedent of this kind of behavior.
She does? What happened?
We went to the same piano class a long time ago, and both of us decided to participate in a recital one time. But Jordan caught a cold, and she had to be absent that day. She forced me to be absent by telling me to take the day off because she couldn't attend. She even tore up my dress and all my sheet music for the recital.
Oh, that is insane. I had no idea she was like that.
Exactly. I can't imagine someone like that is going to back down in this situation without trying something. So please, don't have anything to do with her from now on.
Okay, you got it. Also, let's think about some other measures just in case. How about we ask the ceremony hall not to let her in if she shows up? And maybe pay an extra fee to have more staff on patrol?
Are you sure you want to be so strict? I'm not sure I want to do that.
Well, her having a track record like ripping up your dress is just plain scary. So I don't think it's a bad idea to take more stringent measures. And thanks to all of my friends who helped me, we were able to organize the wedding at a very low price. We still have some money left over for the ceremony.
Yes, now you mention it, all of your friends gave us better deals than we could ever have imagined.
That's why I don't want to have any wedding day trouble, you know? It's just not about the two of us anymore. It's a culmination of all the efforts of our friends as well. So let's be prepared here.
Yeah, you're right. In that case, I'm going to call and explain the whole situation to the staff at the ceremony hall.
I'll take your new husband-to-be for myself now, thanks. Today's wedding will be canceled immediately due to the groom's absence. He's going to elope with me instead.
Jordan, what are you talking about?
You're already too late, even if you make a break for the waiting room. He's with me right now. He ran off together with me, still wearing his tuxedo.
Wait a minute, I'm not sure what you're talking about. This doesn't make any sense. How can you be with him right now?
I have to admit, I didn't expect your fiancé to be such a nice guy. A lawyer, in addition to being a highly educated graduate of a prestigious university? Are you kidding me? He has the perfect education and income, and above all, he has the most wonderful personality. He even said that when he gets married, his wife's happiness will be his first priority. He's the perfect man for me.
Thank you very much for speaking so kindly of him. But Dan is the man I'm going to marry. You can't possibly marry him.
No, you're too late. He's mine now. Danny's just not the right man for you. He's eloping and getting married to me today. Honestly, I've been planning to leave my hometown for a while. I don't want to stay in this town with my ex-boyfriend who left me for even a second longer. But it's more reassuring to have someone by my side than to go out alone. So I'll take Dan with me. Your precious fiancé took my hand without hesitation when I asked him to elope with me. Well, with the groom out of the picture, you're going to have to call off the wedding immediately.
I had my wedding last weekend.
Wait, what?
So if you're talking about Dan, then he's sitting right next to me. You two will not be getting married or running away. We got married last week and are already registered. You're too late. Dan is already my husband.
What's all this about a wedding last week? Please, there's no way Dan would be standing next to you right now. You're bluffing. I mean, he's sitting next to me in his tuxedo right now. He got in a taxi cab to elope with me, so he can't be with you at the same time.
So you met him once behind my back and you don't even remember his face. Even though wearing a tuxedo and with a different hairstyle from usual, you still have to compare the two, right?
I can't remember a face in one go. Besides, you're getting married today. Today in this very wedding hall. Dan was in the waiting room when I went to have a look.
Once again, we got married last Sunday, not today. You probably don't know this, but we had to reschedule the wedding quickly at the last minute.
What are you talking about?
Actually, Dan's grandma is going to be hospitalized, you see. And the hospital gave us the date of admission on the day of her wedding. So we had to move her wedding. We thought it would be nice to show his grandma the ceremony before she went into the hospital if possible. It just so happens that the venue had an opening a week before the hospitalization. So we were able to move it up a week early.
What? Is that right? You never told me.
Dan is very family orientated. No, he's not just family orientated, he cares for his friends deeply as well. That's why all of his friends changed their schedules for him. He asked them if we could move up the wedding date to accommodate his family circumstances, and they all obliged. Dan has a natural talent for making people like him.
You're kidding me! Wait a minute. So you really got married last week?
Yes, thanks to them, we had a successful wedding last week. And today, Dan's grandma is in the hospital today as planned, so we just went in to visit her. She was admitted to the emergency room because of a suspicious black shadow on the MRI scan. But the symptoms seemed to be a lot milder than expected. She's sitting up, smiling, saying seeing a beautiful ceremony last week must have cured her of her illness.
What's going on? This can't be happening. This isn't real. Then who am I trying to run off with? Who the hell did I get into this cab with?
I have no idea. But he's wearing a tuxedo, which means he's getting married today. He has nothing to do with us, though.
Oh no! What have I done?
Make sure you return him to the wedding hall and apologize fully.
What should I do? Lena, you have to help me. I'm going to be sued. The groom who I mistakenly took out of the ceremony hall the other day is demanding alimony.
That sounds pretty serious.
I returned the groom immediately after our conversation and said that I had mistaken him for someone else. And now he wants me to pay for the entire wedding. He says it was ruined because of me. But I returned him just in time for the wedding to start. So how can he charge me the full amount of the wedding fee? It's not right, I tell you.
What did you think was going to happen? Do you have any idea how panicked the bride and the wedding party must have been when the groom was suddenly taken out of the room? I think it's fair for him to charge you the full amount. And even if the groom is back, it can't be all as it was. I mean, he tried to elope, right?
But it's clearly the groom's fault for not telling me I had the wrong guy. taken him with me if I knew who he was?
What do you mean?
I just told him to come with me right now, and he took my hand and we left the venue. Then he turned around later and said he thought I was on staff. Apparently he couldn't speak because he didn't know what was going on. This is not my fault, though. It's the confusing groom's fault for not explaining his situation properly. What's wrong with him? He's an idiot.
You're the only one to blame in this situation, Jordan. You know for a fact that you ruined a total stranger's wedding. The only one to blame here is you. Just be an adult and pay for the wedding.
But that's impossible. The wedding cost $50,000. It's impossible for me to pay for it all by myself. So, you have to help me pay for it, okay, Lena?
What? You must be joking. You got yourself into this and you tried to run away with my husband on our wedding day. Why on earth should I help you?
You're my childhood friend, so it's only natural that you help me, and anyway, you are the one who is the worst offender here when you think about it. It's your fault for not calling off the wedding when I asked you to. So it's you who has to pay this fee for me.
Don't be ridiculous. Are you crazy or what? Listen to what you're saying.
This has nothing to do with me, okay? That's why I'm getting out of this town. I can't stay in this hillbilly waterhole a minute longer. I'm gonna leave this place even if I have to go alone. I'll find somewhere where people have some common sense. You handle all the alimony. You're the one at fault for all of this anyway. I don't care about anything anymore, and I won't have anything to do with you even if you come after me crying and begging.
You really think getting out of this mess is going to be that easy? You're just going to skip town and avoid all responsibility? Well, I'm not going to let you just walk away and be done with it, Jordan. It's time for you to grow up and face the music. First of all, make sure you give back everything you kept from my Rob.
Huh? Your friend? What do you mean? Wait a minute, who is this?
If you really want to leave town and go somewhere else, then that's up to you. It is your life. But first, you need to deal with all the problems that you've caused before you can go.
What's going on? Who are you?
It's been a while, hasn't it? I'm Dan, who married Lena the other day. When I heard that you were planning on leaving town, I rushed to switch places with Lena and talk to you. You see, you still haven't returned anything to Rob, have you?
What the hell do you want with me? What are you talking about anyway? Returning something to Rob? You mean my ex-boyfriend? I have no idea what you mean. Rob and I are history and have been for months now.
Don't play dumb. You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you, Jordan? He's been contacting you about this for months after all. You still haven't returned the engagement ring to your ex, even though the engagement was called off. And you haven't returned any of the wedding presents his family bought the two of you either, have you? I think it is a terrible idea to try and leave town under these circumstances. You can't just run away from your problems that easily.
What? Hold on a minute. This is a private issue between me and Rob. How do you know about it?
As a matter of fact, I'm good friends with your ex-boyfriend. We were classmates in middle school, and we still go out and get drinks with each other on the regular.
Huh? Is that right?
So the other day, when he and I were having a drink together, he told me about his crazy ex-girlfriend. He said he was still having trouble getting the ring and the betrothal presents back from you. The thing is, I can't leave my friends alone when I see them in trouble. So I'm sorry to be so intrusive. I know, I'm just an outsider to the situation, but could you give it all back to him? He's my friend. I don't want to see him having a tough time anymore.
Huh? What are you thinking, sticking your nose into my business? This has nothing to do with you. Butt out before you get hurt, moron. I don't care if you two are friends or whatever. You're not involved in this. I sold the engagement ring, and the money and the wedding gifts are mine. I'm not going to give them back because I have to use the money to skip town. If Rob didn't want me to keep this stuff, then he shouldn't have broken up with me. It's his fault.
I see. So that's how it is.
Yep, that's how it is.
And you're not going to give that stuff back even though I'm asking nicely?
If I wanted to pay you back, I would have done so by now. I bet you want to look good in front of your friends and your wife, but there's no point in asking me about this. I'm not not giving you any money. Not a single cent.
No choice then. I guess next, I'll be Rob's lawyer and demand the money back on his behalf, through the legal system. We can start going through the formalities right away.
What? You can't do that.
Oh, yes, I can. You know my job. I told you all about it before, right? I mean, you went through all those questions like we were in a job interview the last time we met. You remember what I had to say, don't you? I work as a lawyer at a big law firm, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help my friends. So if you refuse this personal request, then you leave me no choice and we'll move on to the next phase. The next step is for me, as an attorney, to make a formal request for a refund.
But that's not fair. You can't do that to me.
I can and I will. In fact, it's literally my job description.
This is ridiculous. It's not fair to bring state power into this. It's a personal issue. There's no need to blow things out of proportion like this. You're just trying to show off and look cool for your new wife.
I'm not gonna let up no matter what you say. I work hard for my clients. That's what I do, especially when those clients are people I go way back with. So, you live at home now, am I correct? So all the bills and stuff will be sent to your parents' house, if that's okay?
What? Of course it's not okay.
I'm sure your family will find out when the letters start coming from a law firm with your name on them. Then you'd probably have to leave your hometown. In fact, I don't know if you'll ever be able to come back. Still think it's a good idea not to return anything?
No, it's not okay. Don't let them know they have nothing to do with it. I've already caused my mom and dad a lot of trouble by abandoning my engagement to Rob. They'll kill me if they find out about all the other stuff.
Then you know what you have to do, don't you, Jordan? Pay what you owe Rob. The ring, the presents. If you can't return the actual item, then an equivalent sum of the money will do. Only then can you leave your hometown. This is what you should have done in the first place. You only have yourself to blame.
Huh? Are you serious about this? How am I going to afford any of this?
You should have thought about it when you decided not to return any of that stuff at the beginning. Anyway, please pay him as soon as possible. I'll be waiting to hear from Rob. If the payment is not received by tomorrow in full, you know what will happen. I will send the billing documents to your parents' house immediately.
Okay, I'll pay him. Tomorrow, right? I'll figure something out by then and I'll pay it. So please, I'm begging you, just don't let my parents know about this. Anything but that.
After that, Jordan refunded all the money for the engagement ring and the wedding gifts to her ex-fiancé Rob in one lump sum. He was thrilled and took Dan out for a drink to celebrate the victory. Dan didn't have to send the letter to Jordan's parents. However, soon her parents caught her going in and out of consumer loans, and she had to reveal everything she'd been hiding about the wedding ceremony fiasco and what she'd done to Rob. As a result, she was disowned by her parents. She was kicked out of the house and forced to leave the city alone with no money. I don't know what she's doing now, but I did hear a rumor that she's working both a day job and a part-time job to pay off all her debts. As for me, I'm living happily with my husband Dan. Things have been so much less stressful since I cut Jordan out of my life. I'm so thankful my husband Dan has so many friends and is such a good person. He often says being a lawyer is my life's calling. Thanks to him, we're surrounded by wonderful, supportive friends. He's a consultant to many people and works very hard every day. I'm looking forward to our new life together. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more like it, please consider subscribing to the channel.
Hey, Diana! Oh my gosh! When was the last time I texted you? Did you miss me? I hope you're doing good. Wait, actually, scratch that. I guess that's still kind of hard for you, huh? I mean, think about it. It's only been 6 months. It's only been 6 months since I stole your super awesome, super hot boyfriend from you. Me and Lucas are doing really good right now. Even today we had steak for dinner. I know. It's not easy, huh? Just 6 months ago, you were dating a millionaire boyfriend and were making preparations on getting married and stuff. Too bad I stole your soon-to-be CEO fiance from you. How does it feel like to be suddenly forced into living in poverty and misery? I would love to know. I mean, I can't even imagine. But I bet it's probably really devastating. It's not just a normal heartbreak after all. You lost a fortune, and you had your boy stolen by your younger sister. But I always told you I'd get the better of you one day. It's your fault for never taking me seriously. It's okay, Diana. You only have yourself to blame for letting your success get to your head. But you can always do better in the future. That being said, I'm not giving Lucas back to you. Because we're already married! Hey, want to check out the new purse he bought for me? I can send you a pic.
Gee, Selena. What time in the morning do you think it is right now? I thought this was some kind of emergency. You woke me up for nothing. Look, if you want someone to listen to you brag, you can either find someone else or annoy me again in the morning.
Oh, please. You're here right now. I got your attention. Why stop now? It's okay. You can be honest with me. You were staying up all night, weren't you? You were staying up all night fuming about the fact that I'm in a better position than you.
Yes, I got thirsty and woke up in the middle of the night. Listen, you can boast all you want, and for all I care, it doesn't matter in the slightest. You and Lucas are both someone from the past. I really can't care less.
Yeah, right. Like I'd believe that. Never underestimate your little sister, Diana. Never.
Why do I even try? It's not like you'll listen to me anyway. You know what? I'm going back to sleep. If you still want to text something, I'll check it in the morning.
What? Hey! You didn't let me say anything yet!
Isn't it way past your bedtime, lil sis? You should turn in too.
Diana! I'm not done yet! Diana? Hello? I'm gonna spam you all night if you don't answer me! Diana! Ooh! I get it now! I finally understand why you're acting so mean! You're being salty because you can't accept the fact that I proved myself to be better than you. I know you like playing hard to get with the boys, Diana. You were never the one to express how you actually felt. You can pretend like you're sleepy and cool with everything, but you can't deceive my eyes. I know you're still not over Lucas. I mean, that's why you were awake last night too, right? I thought you were angry, but maybe you were actually crying. Crying over the fact that poor Lucas isn't going to come back to you anymore. I bet you were super upset that I stole your chance to become a millionaire's wife from you. It must be super frustrating and upsetting, but it's not like you can say that to my face. I mean, that would be too embarrassing for you, huh? You always acted so high and mighty. I get it now. I understand everything. Aw, you poor miserable thing. Hey, I know. Now that I've seen through your cool facade, I'll tell you more about my happiness. I mean, everyone always praised you for stupid things, like getting good grades and getting into that famous company you used to work at. I bet you thought you were better than me. But you were so wrong. I'm more friendly with people, and I'm more cuter. I know exactly how to make boys fall for me. Want to know the secret to how I made your millionaire ex-boyfriend fall in love with me? Want to know how I got him to marry me instead of you? Want to know? Hey, I know you've checked my text. Why don't you say something instead of staying silent? Unless you're too upset to even reply. Oh, by the way, one of my friends said she saw you coming out of a shabby apartment building. Is that actually where you live now? I bet it is. You were living in your boyfriend's house and you never left home. I'm guessing you quit your job after you started dating him, huh? You really should have kept working. Maybe if you did, you wouldn't have had to move to a broken-down apartment. Hey! Can I ask you a question? What does it feel like to live in a broken-down building? Do you have tap water? Do you sleep with roaches? Are your living conditions as bad as movies make them seem?
You're lucky I'm the only one reading your text right now. I really hope you're not saying that in front of other people.
Finally! You replied! Took you a while. So, what's it like? I'm waiting for an answer.
Fine. I don't know if the place I'm living in right now counts as a shabby apartment, but I'll tell you what it's like. It's worth the $10,000 rent. The view is nice and the security's decent. It might not be an estate, but it has its own perks.
$10,000? Diana, you mean $1,000, right? It's okay. We all occasionally make typos. My friend said you were living in one of the cheapest neighborhoods within the area. I know your rent can't be that high. But let's just make one point clear. I'm pretty sure your place is shabby as hell, no matter who you ask. You can try acting like everything's fine as much as you want. It won't change things. You're still living in a dumpster while I'm living in an actual mansion. You should quit acting so cool. It's really cringe.
I could say the same thing about you. It's been 6 months since you and Lucas ran off. Isn't it time you found out already?
Found out what?
You really don't know, huh? It's about Lucas and his dad's company.
Oh? Go on.
Nope. This is Lucas and his family's issues. It's not something an outsider like me should be talking about. The moment we broke up and called off our wedding was the moment I no longer got involved with their business. But you know, seeing how you've been together for over 6 months, I figured it's about time you got at least a vague idea of what's happening behind the scenes. So yeah, consider this as me trying to be a responsible older sister and giving you a heads up. For old time's sake. If you want to know the actual details, do your own research and investigating. You're snoopy enough to creep into other people's love life. I know you're more capable than you seem, if you're actually motivated enough.
I really don't get it, sis. Like, what are you even talking about? Look, if you just want to act jealous and make up weird stories about Lucas and his family, go ahead. But you can't fool me. I'm far from being the smartest girl on earth, but even I'm not that dumb. You really think I'm gonna fall for a stupid lie like that? Please.
Well, I'll just say that I'm hoping you're not as stupid as you seem. But maybe I'm being too optimistic.
Come on! Look, I know you're a genius, Diana. I hate admitting this, but our parents always praised you for being smart and talented and stuff. But now that I'm with Lucas, I think that proves who the real genius was, right? I mean, think about it. I was able to win over you when it comes to relationship issues. And I'm now guaranteed a spot in a millionaire mansion. That proves I'm finally better than you, right? When it comes to looks, I already know I'm hotter than you. People would say that I'm like the goddess Vienna.
You mean Venus? Vienna's a city, Selena. In Austria.
Wait, that's what I meant. That was autocorrect.
Yeah, sure. Whatever floats your boat, girl.
I'm not lying.
Whatever. You know what? If you don't want to believe me, you don't have to. But I warned you, so don't come crawling back to me in tears if something bad happens later on. I'm going to say this again, one last time, but you should really check what's going on with Lucas and his family. If you're going to brag about being his wife, you should really start learning about your husband's business.
Pfft. Yeah, sure thing, sis. Geez, you really are at the lowest of lows right now, huh? Then again, you're poor, you're single, and you're probably never going to be able to get married with how you are now. So yeah, I don't blame you. I heard poor people tend to be more mean and cruel because they're stressed out and need to lash out at others. So I'll be nice and forgive you for lying to my face. Oh yeah, there's one more super important thing I wanted to tell you. Me and Lucas are actually going to go on a trip to Europe! Lucas has everything planned out, so I don't know the details, but I bet it's going to be super romantic. Ever since we got married, Lucas would take me to these trips every few months, and every single time he'd be so amazing. This is the true American dream, I think. Living in a beautiful mansion, going on overseas trips, having wonderful French cuisine. Oh yeah, the most important part of our next trip is that we're going to stay overseas for more than a month. Try not to get into any trouble just because you're going crazy with jealousy.
Yeah, whatever. Look, if you don't have anything else important to say, can I go?
Ooh, someone's upset.
Ugh.
Diana! Do you know what's going on right now? You know, don't you? You need to explain things to me.
Hey, I'm guessing you're back in the U.S.? Welcome home?
That's the problem. I don't have a home to go back to.
I'm sorry, what?
I just got back to our millionaire manor. You know, the one where I was living in with Lucas and his family. There are some construction workers demolishing our home. I told them to stop, but they say they're just doing their jobs.
Oh, I get it.
You know something about this, don't you? Your texts from a few months ago sound like you knew something. You need to explain things to me. What the hell is going on?
Don't ask me. Ask Lucas's parents.
Huh?
You know their contact details, right? All I know is that someone I know who lives in the area told me Lucas's family moved. I don't know much else. It's your family too now. Shouldn't you contact them yourself and find out what's going on?
So much for getting worried. I called Lucas's dad, and he told me where they moved. He also told me there was something important to discuss. He warned me that it's going to be something shocking. But you know, I know where this is going. I bet they moved to a new mansion. They must have remembered me saying that I wanted to live in a place near the beach. I wonder where it's going to be. I hope it's somewhere nice. Ooh, but living near the mountains might be nice too. If we have a large enough amount of land, we might be able to ride around on horses too. I'm so excited. I'll tell you more once I find out where we're living next. Diana, you need to hear this. It's horrible. Our new place, it's like a nightmare you can never wake up from.
What now?
I arrived at our new address, but it's the same place as your broken down apartment.
Huh. That's a weird coincidence. I guess they moved into the place after it was put up for rent. Well, this was bound to happen sooner or later. Can't say I didn't warn you.
What do you mean? Why was this bound to happen? What else do you know? You need to tell me, please.
Like I told you before, ask Lucas's parents.
Why? Why can't you just tell me everything?
Because I'm not associated with them anymore. It'd be wrong of me to just spill our private financial information about them, right? Look, I'm pretty sure Lucas's dad is going to tell you everything pretty soon. So just hear what he has to say and have him answer any questions you have. Okay? Now quit bothering me.
What the hell is going on? Seriously. I stayed up the entire night. I don't know what to say. I didn't know Lucas's dad was no longer the CEO of his company. How's Lucas going to become the next CEO now? Where is he going to get all his money now from?
Did the two finally explain everything to you?
Yeah. I didn't really understand it, but I get that they stole money from the company. And I guess that's a bad thing? Even if it's their company? That's why we're in this mess right now. Right?
Pretty much. What I know is that Lucas and his father committed embezzlement. That's why the company now has a new CEO. The company chose someone who's unrelated to those two, so they wouldn't be causing any more trouble. Are we on the same page?
Yeah. I was so shocked. I think my mind just blanked out. I thought it's still like midnight, but it's already morning. Is that why we're going to live in this shabby apartment from now on? Because they need to return the money they took?
Probably. There's also all those legal fee issues. Plus, they both lost their jobs. So, I guess they needed to make money by selling their old house.
They lost their jobs too? Like, they're fired?
Uh-huh. I found out about them committing embezzlement right before our breakup. I first got suspicious of them after noticing that they seemed to be using way more cash than their salary should allow. After having a word with them, they told me mostly everything. It seems like they didn't consider it wrong since they were at the top. I tried to make them take accountability, but that's when you joined the party. I guess Lucas found me a pain to deal with. He probably wanted an excuse to avoid me. The two of you started going out. I broke up with him, and after that, I never had the chance to talk about the issue with them anymore.
I never knew.
Well, that's pretty much my story.
But even if that were true, how much bad could they have done? I mean, we're living in an apartment with barely enough room for 3 people to sleep in. I can't believe you're living in these conditions. Which room are you in anyway? We're neighbors now, right? It'll probably be easier if I talk to you in person.
Okay, let me get one thing straight.
What?
You keep mentioning that apartment like I live there, but I don't. I'm not trying to make myself seem better or anything. I did used to live there. Or, to be more exact, that's where one of my friends used to live. She's studying medicine, so she really needed all the time and money she could save. But she was still kind enough to let me stay over until I found a new place after I left Lucas's home. Obviously, I moved after I found a new house. I couldn't just have her take me in forever. Remember the $10,000 apartment I mentioned in the past? That's really where I'm living right now. I also wanted to thank my friend for having my back despite all the hardships she's facing. So a few months ago, I finally convinced her to stay with me over at my new apartment. The old apartment was put up for rent, and I'm guessing that by some weird coincidence, Lucas's family decided to rent the place next.
I thought that $10,000 was a typo, though.
You thought it was, but I never said it was.
I can't believe this. This can't be happening. Yeah, this can't be happening. You're lying. You were just staying over at Lucas's place doing nothing but stay at home all day. Maybe you were cooking and cleaning or whatever, but you shouldn't have enough money to rent a place so expensive. I mean, you quit your job.
That's another thing I should probably clear up. I didn't have the mental energy to correct you since I knew you wouldn't listen, but I didn't quit my job.
Huh?
Ever heard of people working from home? Remotely? That's how I work anyway. I'm doing some other things too on my free time. You know, like stock trading.
Seriously?
Plus, this friend of mine insisted on helping me with the rent, so she's also paying a part of it. The old apartment was $1,000 per month, so that's how much she's covering. I didn't ask her to move in because I wanted her to pay for rent, but she really insisted. I guess that's what it's like to have really awesome friends.
Or maybe she's just that happy to have a working shower, no offense to her. She's also getting along really well with my parents, so that's cool.
Wait, why mention our parents? Where did that come from?
Oh, right. So they come by to our place every other weekend. They first came over so I could introduce them to my friend. You know, since we're roommates now. But the three got along really well. I think they like her more than me, actually. They joke around about how she could become their new daughter because, well, you're kind of a disgrace. You know, with the whole stealing the older sister's fiancé business. I mean, I'm not that bothered by it since I know how messed up Lucas and his dad actually were. But I guess things are different for them.
Now you're really making things up. Mom and Dad live in another state. They might not like me, but they can't visit you two that frequently.
Wow. You really don't know anything, do you? They moved about half a year ago.
What do you mean?
Haven't Mom and Dad told you that they moved nearby our place?
What? No. When? Why?
Beats me. But they finally purchased their own home, so maybe they got tired of renting an apartment?
I can't believe this. Is that what Dad meant then?
So he did tell you?
I don't know. 6 months ago, right after I married Lucas and started living with him in that mansion, Dad sent me a text saying he was going to move out with Mom. I thought they got jealous of me living in a millionaire estate. I thought they wanted me to convince Lucas's parents to let them live there too. So I texted him back with something like, "You don't belong here," and then he went silent. It wasn't like I had any reason to contact Mom and Dad, so yeah.
Let me guess. You decided to block their number or something?
You can't blame me. I thought they were going to ask us for money and stuff. I mean, they were so against our marriage. Why would we want to be nice to them after all the arguments we had?
Selena, I'm pretty sure any parent would be concerned if one of their daughters stole their other daughter's fiancé. And I'm 100% sure they'd be really against it if they tried to get married, too.
I know.
Besides, you know what Dad is like. He absolutely despises being indebted. We can't even invite him over to dinner without him feeling the need to give us something back.
I know, it's just... I thought maybe there was an exception.
You know, you really are good at taking facts and distorting them to fit your own narrative.
What?
Think about what you've been saying all this time. When I told you that I'm living in an apartment with a rent of $10,000 per month, you laughed it off saying that I made a typo. When I told you that you should check in with Lucas and his parents about his business issues, you brushed it off saying I was making things up out of jealousy. And when Dad told you that he was moving, you thought he was going to barge into Lucas's place and decided to block Mom and Dad's numbers. Take a good look at yourself in the mirror. Do you understand what's happening to you right now?
What are you trying to say? I don't get it.
I'm giving you a hint to better yourself, Selena. Take a good look at yourself and try to understand why you're in this hot mess right now. This is about your future, and I really hope you're old enough to finally notice and fix your flaws. Anyway, Dad and I decided that we aren't going to tell you our new addresses.
What? Why? What did I do?
We just don't want to get dragged around by you anymore. It's really tiring.
Huh?
It was nice knowing you, Selena. Maybe we can talk again in a few years, once you've finally grown up.
Diana! What are you saying? Diana?
I showed Mom and Dad that conversation I had with Selena the next weekend. They sighed heavily, muttering under their breaths about how they can't fathom where they might have messed up. My parents praised me when we were kids for being the responsible one who does her homework, but it's not like they ignored Selena either. I mean, she was the friendly goofball who always made everyone smile. Still, if I were to guess, I'd say the root cause of Selena's inferiority complex is our late grandmother. I remember a night where I overheard her having a chat with Selena. We were like 14, but it was pretty upsetting, so I still kind of remember it. To put it nicely, our grandmother was giving a talk about how Selena was a stupid girl and that she needed to kiss up to the boys if she didn't want to live a miserable life like her. I regret not having the courage to butt in and stand up for her back then, but she already overstepped her boundaries, so she needs to learn her lesson. After that incident, it seems like Lucas and his family aren't letting her get divorced. I admit Selena's pretty beautiful. From what I've heard, it seems like they want to use her for scams and other questionable businesses to pay for the debt they're currently in. Some people never learn, I guess. I pray Selena's not like them, but who knows? As far as I know, Lucas and his dad stole an unlaughable amount of money from the company. Even if their business turns out to be a success, it's probably going to take more than a few years. About a year later, I heard that Selena, Lucas, and his parents all vanished from the apartment they moved into. God knows where they are right now. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave any thoughts in the comment section, and I hope we get to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching!